Here we've got the two front pant legs for the All Day Culottes. On the right side, I've got my right front pant leg with the pocket already attached, so we can see what the finished product will look like once we finish this demo. And for the demo today, we're going to be working on the left front pant leg and attaching the pocket. This is going to be step 5 of the sewing instructions. And in step 5A, with the right sides together, align the diagonal side of the pocket to the diagonal pocket opening on the front pant leg. So we're going to take the two diagonals and align them together. Make sure you pull back the back flap of the pocket out of the way. And then we're going to pin in place. Now we're going to sew with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Step 5B, we're going to press the pocket and seam allowance away from the pant leg and understitch the seam allowance to the pocket using an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Understitching will help keep your pocket turned to the inside. So to do that, I'm going to flip the pocket away, just like the illustration shows. And you want to make sure your seam allowance right here is turned this way towards the pocket and not towards the pant. So make sure, again, I'll show you one more time. So seam allowance is going to be pressed away from the pant and toward the pocket. Now that we've finished the understitching from step 5B, we're going to move on to step 5C, which is where we're going to flip the pocket toward the wrong side of the pant leg and then press in place. So I'm going to take my pocket, flip it to the wrong side, and press in place. And right here now, with just before I press, you can kind of see how the pocket is starting to come together before we've even done any of the stitching to actually attach it to the rest of the pant leg. Press in place. Now for step 5D, from the right side of the garment, we're going to top stitch along the diagonal pocket opening using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Make sure that the back flap of the pocket is out of the way because we're only sewing through the diagonal pocket opening and we don't want to accidentally stitch our pocket closed. So we're going to take the back flap and just move it out of the way, and that way you can do your top stitching. Now that the top stitching is done, we're moving on to the last step, 5E, for the pocket attachment. And we're going to place the back flap of the pocket back in place. Just like this, and we're going to temporarily secure the pocket to the pant leg by sewing a basting stitch at the top and the side seam using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now we finished step 5E and we have our basting stitches on the top and also on the side seam using a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and you're going to repeat all those steps for the other pant leg. And when you're done with both front pant legs, you should have your pockets attached to both of them, and this is what it'll look like.